Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in lieu of my 34th birthday, which was actually a whole month ago, April 19th, but it landed on Good Friday and I really didn't want to take away what Good Friday is and means, so I decided to hold off on my 34th birthday. And also, it was very hard to pick only 34 frugal tips to share with you. I have so many, but these are my absolute favorite ones and ones that have probably saved me the absolute most money out of everything. So yeah, I have withered it down to about 34 tips. And yes, so this might get a little long, so if you can, grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee or water, whatever, and let's get started. So the first one is quite obvious, is spend wisely and with intention and stop buying things that we do not need. This one has probably, out of everything, saved me tens of thousands of dollars. So definitely, just before you buy anything, just be intentional about it. Ask yourself if you need it. Can you get it somewhere for a better price? Can you maybe buy something else instead that will give you the same satisfaction? Or maybe, just live without it. Number 2, be content with what you already have. This one, along with the first one, has probably saved me, again, tens of thousands of dollars. To stop that process of always wanting more, never having enough, never being fulfilled. If you have a hole in, you're constantly trying to fill it, I suggest trying to find out what that hole is and then go from there, because oftentimes we are filling those holes with things and they never satisfy it for any moment longer than a few moments. So definitely just practice contentment. And number 3, stop comparing. Oh my goodness, I used to do this all the time with everything that I had, where I lived. Never thought anything was good enough, and I always, tried to up myself so I would seem more important. But after all these years later, I realize I am important. It doesn't matter where I live or what name of the clothes I'm wearing or any of that. None of that matters. So be who you are, because you are special and you are amazing and you can do whatever you want to do. You just have to set your mind to it and do it. Number 4, again, this one saves so much money, is eating at home. I know you've heard most of these tips, but I feel as I'm 34, I need to remind myself these tips almost every day. And this one is, again, eat at home. Learn to love cooking. It doesn't have to be hard. There are so many simple, easy recipes that you can make. So many different resources now that there's internet, and even the library is great if you don't have internet. But if we're watching this, most of us have internet at our fingertips. So definitely eat at home. Learn to love cooking. And you can make all sorts of delicious food, even better than you can eat in most restaurants. Number 5, remember, and this is a big one, some of you might not agree with me on this one, but if we stop thinking like this, you will save a lot of money. Remember that we don't deserve anything. We really don't deserve anything. A lot of times we tell ourselves, I used to tell myself this all the time, well, I worked really hard today, so I deserve to go out to eat, or I've worked really hard this week, I deserve those new shoes, or I've worked really hard this month, I deserve to go on that trip, or I worked really hard, or whatever it is, I deserve this, I deserve that, I deserve those manicure, I deserve the pedicure, I deserve the spa day. We actually don't deserve any of that. We deserve our normal human rights of living, having a safe place to live, having food to eat, and being treated with respect. That is all that we deserve. Any of those extra things are completely extras and optionals. That is all I'm going to say about that. Number 6, give with a loving heart. I know this might seem not a frugal tip at all, but I find that when I give because I want to give, because it feels good to help others in need, instead of giving out of obligation or feeling like I have to, then I won't get as much in return as if I just give out of love. Number 7, cut your own hair. I have stopped going to the hair salons now for over, I can't even, probably 5 years or more. I have not gotten any type of hair treatment, haircut in a regular hair place. I've done it all by myself. And I just did a video on hair care, my last video. Yeah, so I do my own hair, I do my daughter's hair, and my husband does his own. He shaves it, I help him. And yeah, we all do our own hairs. And even when I was dyeing my hair, I dyed my own hair. Number 8, be mindful with everything you have and take care of it. This is a huge one too. A lot of times we just don't take care of things, and we end up having to replace things way often than we should have to. Like furniture, if you're walking on your couches or letting children jump on them or eating on them and spilling food and drinks on them, you're gonna probably end up having to replace that couch a lot quicker than if you treated that couch with respect and washing it regularly, taking care of it, and not being so rough on it. That couch could probably last you 30, 40 years. It'll last you longer. Then you won't actually have to replace it. You probably replace it faster when you didn't need to, just because your style changed, if that makes sense. So just be mindful. Everything you have, dishes, clothes, furniture, electronics, take care of it. Treat everything as you would want to be treated yourself. Number 9, keep a clean house. This sounds weird, but when my house is clean and organized, I want to be home. I know not only that, but it also, you can find things. When things are clean, they don't get worn as fast. There's just so many reasons why cleanliness and keeping a clean home will save you money. Not having dishes in the sink will make you want to cook more. Not having grungy counters and garbage piling up. And if you have a nice smelling clean home, you're going to want to be home. You're going to want to do things at home. You can find things. You'll have room to do things. So that is a big one. Number 10, save spare change. I know this one might sound silly, but you would not believe how many people throw their change away. I know, what? Throw money away? But yes, throw their money away, literally. Throw it away. Or they just leave it behind if they get change back after a transaction. They just, no. And the reason why I know this is because I used to be one of those people, and I don't even know how much money I just threw away and left behind. It's almost sickening. But this was like in my late teens, early 20s. It was ridiculous. And I know still to this day many people that do the same thing. And it is ridiculous. Alright, number 11, buy used before buying brand new. That goes without saying. There are millions of things that you could buy used, and you do not have to buy brand new. Everything from clothes, furniture, I don't know, everything, plants, everything. Cars, electronics, things you use in your house, books, movies, if you collect those things, any kind of collection, toys, even gifts. I can go on and on, but just that one is pretty self-explained or self-explanation. Number 12, learn how to sew. This one has saved me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. I have been able to sew pants, and I have had most of my pants for over 10 years now. You can sew them in, let them out, you can make them shorter, make them longer, you can sew holes up to close them, and because if you have a tiny little hole and you sew it right away, instead of leaving the hole to get larger and larger, your pants will last a lot longer. I've had pants where the thread has come apart, jackets, sewing on buttons, sewing holes in socks, sewing underwear. Sometimes the hem comes off and it looks kind of scrappy, but if you just take 5 minutes sewing, sewing will save you. Instead of just going out and buying a new pair of pants, you can just sew them up and keep wearing them. And also you can make pillows, blankets, curtains. The possibilities, if you know how to sew, are pretty much endless. Number 13, make use of the sunlight. I try to make all my videos in the day, then I don't need any of those special lighting equipment. I also read during the day. I work during the day so that I can see what I'm doing and I don't need the lights late at night. Just make use of the light instead of doing it at night when you're supposed to be sleeping, which is what I used to do. But definitely make use of the sunlight. Number 14, never leave lights or electronics when they're not in use plugged in. I unplug everything from the coffee maker. When we had a microwave, I unplugged that. I unplugged the TV. All the electronics are in a bar, so I just unplugged the bar. My computer in my room and the printer and everything else that's in the bar, again, I just unplugged the whole thing. I unplug our phone chargers. I unplug there's nothing plugged in the bathroom, but in the bedrooms, everything becomes unplugged. And our electricity bill is very, very low. It's only about around $100 or less in the summer, and I think the highest bill we had this winter was $300, but that was to heat both our home and my husband's ginormous shop. So yes, just definitely do not leave anything on or plugged in. Number 15, and this one is a huge one again, waste no food. Not only should you cook at home, but make sure to eat those leftovers and use those ends of breads, use those scraps of vegetables for broth, use those bones to make broth, use the ends of some of those greens that you can grow again, use those peels of apples, oranges, lemons, use everything, even use your coffee grinds, your eggshells, just anything that can be used up, use it. There are so many resources out there to use your food and not waste it. Number 16, refill your own ink cartridges. I'm not going to get too much into that, but I've started doing that and I have saved literally probably thousands of dollars just within a few months. Maybe not thousands, but about $1,000 probably, or at least $500 in just a very short amount of time. Number 17, always have a backup plan, savings. So an emergency fund basically, because I used to live paycheck to paycheck. I had nothing in savings, and when something happened, I had nothing, and sometimes I didn't even have room on my credit card, so I was pretty much screwed. And I never want to go back to living that way, so I always have money in my savings, and I'm always never worried about what I'm going to do if my car breaks down, because I have a backup plan. And this goes for insurance, life insurance. I have known people that didn't have life insurance and their husbands died, and again, they were pretty much screwed because they were stay-at-home moms. They didn't have jobs. They had to sell their home. They had to move. They couldn't keep up with bills. I mean, these are all things that can happen if you are not prepared. So have a backup plan. Number 18, utilize free storage containers, boxes, shoe boxes, those boxes that you get with or from grocery stores. You can, any kind of box that soaps or electronics come in. I even use free food storage containers, jars. The possibilities are endless and they are free. Number 16, refill, or I already did that one, sorry. Number 19, wait, ask, and do without. This one is what I mean is if something breaks, wait to replace it. Ask around to see if anybody else has one that they no longer want. Maybe they will just give it to you or sell it to you for a small fee, or just do without if you can. For example, I brought this up before, a microwave. We've gone 3 years now without a microwave. We just haven't replaced it, and we are perfectly fine living without a microwave. I mean, we just don't need it. Number 20, use the library. I absolutely love the library. I do love owning books too, but I'm starting to get more into the library because I don't have enough space to keep buying books. And they have all the new books. You can request books for them to buy and you can read them. Like, you can get movies for cheap. You can even use the internet there. They have free activities for kids. The library is an endless place of resources. Number 21, use leftover water for plants, laundry, cleaning, etc. And when I mean leftover water, I mean that water that you run to get that cool temperature or hot temperature when you're either trying to fill up a jug for water to drink, or when you're warming up your water for a bath or a shower. That is the water that I'm talking about. Number 22, never ever carry a credit card balance. This has probably saved me tens, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars, because I have paid a pretty price in my lifetime from carrying a credit card balance for a very, very long time, and I will never do that again. Number 23, again, collect rainwater this time. If you have a garden and you own your home, you're most likely paying to water your garden. So what we did is we collected some free barrels and we just put the end of where, I can't remember what those things are called around your house, and they collect the rain and we put the end into the barrel. And we have a couple of them, and it collects all the rainwater. We put a screen on top so little animals don't drown in them, because that does happen. And use that to water all of the plants. My Oma did this, now we're doing it, and it will save you like hundreds and hundreds upon hundreds of dollars, especially throughout the warmer weather months. Number 21, use I already did that one, sorry. Number 22, I did that one. Number 24, wear an apron. This one, I know it sounds funny, but I have ruined a good many shirts that I really liked, and because I was cooking or cleaning and then something got splashed on it, and then it just got ruined. So now I wear an apron anytime I cook or clean, and it protects my good clothing. Number 25, wear slippers. Even in the summer, especially if you have air conditioning, not only does it protect your floors from the oils in your feet, some people have sweaty feet and it leaves little footprints, keeps them cleaner that way, and it just protects them from, again, the oils in your feet, keeps you warmer so you're not freezing and tempted to turn on that heat. So yes, wearing slippers does save you money. Number 26, watch less TV. Less any screen time, whether it be on your phone, your TV, your computer, just even playing video games. I find that when I watch less TV, I get more done and I am more productive. Number 27, be gentle. And again, this kind of goes with the one where I said, you know, treat yourself with respect, but be gentle. Don't slam your doors. Don't pull on handles. Don't slam your fridge door or slam your chairs in. I will tell you, you are going to break things. Be gentle on your electronics. Put them down gently. Don't throw your phone down. I've seen people do this, and teach your children to be gentle as if they are handling a baby chick. Everything should be treated with gentleness and things will not break. Number 28, stay home. Staying home will save you thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars just staying home. Number 29, find free activities to do outside the home. Need I say more? Go for a walk, have a picnic outside in your backyard or at the park. Go to the park. I have a couple videos of all kinds of free things you could do. Just Google free things to do around our area. There's so many free activities in the summertime. There's all kinds of fairs and fun stuff to do with the family. And even just by yourself or with a friend. There's so many free things to do. You do not need to spend a whole lot of money to have fun. Number 30, stop buying one thing you normally buy and save that money. So, for instance, if you like going out for, a coffee every day, stop buying coffee at least one of those days and put that money away. Or if you like buying expensive hair shampoo that costs you $20 a month, stop buying that expensive shampoo and either buy a cheaper one or try to make that one last longer. I would probably just recommend not spending $20 on shampoo. But, I mean, there's so many things that you could do. Stop going out to eat one time a week or a month. Stop going... just stop buying one thing you normally do. If you buy 5 bags of chips a week, buy only 4. The list is beyond endless for this one. Number 31, DIY all or most of your gifts, and not just gifts, but pretty much everything. You can DIY home decor, you can DIY beauty products, you can DIY your car maintenance, you can DIY. There's so many different things that you can do yourself that you do not need to buy or pay other people to do. Number 32, bring water, snacks, it doesn't have to be water, but any kind of drink from home when you are going shopping or going out for a day. This will save you, again, a lot of money because normally I get thirsty or a little bit snackish when I'm out shopping. Number 33, bring something to do, not your phone. When I always have a book in my car because sometimes I pick up my daughter from school, so I know sometimes I'll be sitting there for a few minutes. So I always have a book to do. But this could be if you're sewing or crocheting or knitting, always having something to do so that you're not tempted to go on your phone and go on Amazon or something, then or going on Instagram and seeing something that you want to buy. This will keep that from happening. The very last but not least is always check your receipts. Every time I go, I think at least 80 to 85% of the time, something will have charged me more or charged me extra. Sometimes I've been charged twice for buying something once. So always check your receipts. Every receipt for everywhere you go. Maybe they charge you for too much labor or parts that you never bought or just always check. And even from restaurants too, I've had mistakes on those ones. And again, count your change because some people don't know how to count anymore unless they have a calculator. And so always count your change if you're using cash. And then a couple extra ones just because this one has saved a lot of money. But when you're going out, make sure when you're leaving wherever you are that you have everything that you brought with you that you are not intending to leave behind. Because I have lost keys, wallets, phones, jackets. I left a jacket in a bathroom stall one time, and when I went back to get it, it was gone. Someone stole it. So always check. I had a hairpiece one time and I left it on the table, and when we went back it was gone. And the last and final tip is live below your means. This one will put all of these other things in practice, and I can guarantee you will never be in debt again, and you will get out of debt so much quicker than if you are living the life of Riley and spending way more than you make. You will never get to where you want to go, and if you keep doing that. And I have learned this the hard way, and those are all my frugabulous tips for today in response to my 34th birthday. These are all lessons that I have learned, that I live by today, and I swear if you do even half of these things, you will save a lot of money and you will get out of debt quicker if you are in debt. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. I know this has been a very long video and I apologize for that. I tried to talk long, but again, I hope you all have a wonderful long weekend, because it is a long weekend this weekend, and I will see you in the very next video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and bye-bye.